set.
The Miracles on Honeybee Hill. It's quite an interesting little movie. I had this thought about doing something new, something different, saying something about what's happening in contemporary society, contemporary culture, and especially about a specific issue that I think is the sort of the civil rights issues of our time. But I wanted to do it in a way that hadn't been done before, and I wanted to do it in a surprising way. And I just couldn't think of anything. And as I was sitting I was just at home, sitting in a chair, thinking like, how am I going to do that? And then I said, kids. Kids. Nobody's ever used kids before. So now we had the kids, the students, or the little kids, to put the movie together, and then there was the question of now making it happen. How are we going to make it look? The director ultimately is in charge of the movie, you know, the creative anyway. And so, you know, I look at that and think, oh, I got nothing to cover. Where do I go now? What do I do? Why did I do it that way? Why didn't I think, you know? Because this is supposed to be a fairy tale. I mean, it's told like a fairy tale. And that's what I like about it. I like the idea of telling a movie in codes, as they call it, that everyone is familiar with.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Lily.
It was in post where I thought, oh gee, I don't know if we're ever going to get this done, because there's so much the blue and green screen and compositing in it. That's the big problem in it. There are blue screens and green screens in the background, and what we have to do is then take other video, other images, and composite, drain the green, stick the picture of the whatever it is, the background, in that shot, and then put it together, composite it together. And that is what's giving us so much trouble and taking so much time.
My role as art director is pretty much monitoring and making sure that the artistic feel of the film is carried out throughout every stage of production. As a post-production supervisor, right now I'm in here with a group of animators working on animations for this movie, animated sequences for The Miracles on Honeybee Hill. This is the first movie I've worked on, so I've learned a lot that I did not know before. Since the movie was actually made, I've learned everything that I know right now about animation.
Millie is the main character, a young woman that is a very nice person who lives in a little town on the top of Honeybee Hill, and she's the sort of the hero or heroine of the movie. Reverend Filch, who's the fellow that runs the church, and then there's a couple of church members, Mr. Pidooch, who's a bald-headed fella and combs his hair this way, you know, and Mrs. Huggaprug, who's the lady that plays the organ in the church, Ed, who is Millie's betrothed. There's a visitation by God. God shows up. He is played by David Lawrence, and I've asked David to join me in so many movies. Wallace, he was in the Wallace movie, he was in the Charlie Wu movie, he was in a little movie called Wait. And when I thought of this character, I thought, oh, I got to ask Dave to see if he'd be interested. And he read the script and he loved it, and he said sure. So he flew in from LA for a couple of days and he played God for us.
Right. It's in the book. And I mean to love one another, even the crabby and annoying. The moment I knew I was doing this film, I immediately went to God and said, "Can I tail you for a day or so?" And he said, "Yes." And then I said, "Okay, great, that'd be awesome. When should I be there?" 7. And so it was that way all day long. It's like, God, you think getting those kids' attention in the studio is tough? Can you imagine getting 6 billion people's worth of attention? You know, he has to have a big voice. It was very interesting. The kids have been great. I think I fit in well because I have that same childlike mentality. Like, I want to jump around and eat pizza and vomit all day long.
I'm getting married, and I wanted you all to meet my true love. Where's the lucky fiance, Millie? Why, right here. I want you to meet my friend, my love, my fiance.
Audiences have to deal with is the fact that we're dealing with kids, you know, little kids, innocent little kids, in a definite love story, not a sex story, not any other kind of story. It's about loving each other. And I don't know, maybe you know, maybe I was trying to do what Jesus said about suffer the little children come unto me, enter the kingdom of heaven as a child, all those things. You know, I'm thinking, if I just tried that, maybe another message would get through. I don't know.